Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to do another beat breakdown video using flstudio 12. I'm also going to show you a few techniques that you can use if you're using a sample that's very limited. And what I mean by this is, sometimes you find a sample, you chop it up, but there's not really a lot of possibilities for you to do with the sample. Sometimes you only come up with one loop and that's it. So I'm going to show you a few techniques that you can use to finish a whole track using a limited sample. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so I'm going to start off with the snare. I'm going to quantize the snare and got that laid down. Now I got this clap sample that I want to layer on top of it. Just lay that down. Alright. I'm going to quantize that also. So we're going to cut down a little bit. And we got this tambourine sound that I'm also going to layer on top of everything. And I'm just going to adjust this a little bit to make it hit like right after the snare. So I'm going to quantize this one as well, and then I'm going to move it a little bit to the right to give it that little bit of swing. Alright, so now I'm going to move on to the hi-hats or the shaker. Just going to lay this down real quick. Quantize this. Alright, and now I got some hi-hats that I also want to lay down just to fill everything up a little bit. Lay that down as well. Alright, let's put some quantize on this one as well. Alright, so we got the hi-hat so far, the tambourine, a snare, and a clap sound. Now let's move on to the kick. Alright, I got this drum loop that I'm going to lay down real quick. Let's lay that down. Alright, so we got the drum loop all done. Pretty basic. Just one more thing I want to add to this drum loop is a crash. And that's it for the drum loop. Alright, now let's move on to the sample. I got this sample right here. that's basically all I can use. So this loop right here, I'm gonna lay that down. And I'm gonna quantize this. And then we got the verse. So, and now for the chorus, I want to switch it up. But I only got these chops, these little bits that I chopped up. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play around with the sample until I find something interesting. So what you can do is let's lay that down. Alright, now I'm gonna change the notes a little bit and quantize this. And let's see what we got. Alright, so instead of the regular loop that I use for the verse, I tried this. And then we got something else all together for the chorus. So what you can do is just play around with it, play it a bit differently, and you know, try to come up with something that sounds different than the verse. So that's what I did for this track. And another thing I did for this chorus part is I added this cymbal sound just to add a little bit to the chorus. And that's basically all for this track. And for the intro, very basic, simple intro. I just used one of the things that I chopped up. And then it goes straight into the verse. And eventually it goes into the chorus. So a really simple track. You know, I didn't have a lot of possibilities with this sample, but I managed to create something, you know, that sounds different from the verse to, you know, create a whole track, a whole complete track. It sounds pretty good. It's not the best beat I ever made, but, you know, it sounds pretty good in my opinion. So yeah, that's you know, some things that you can do to come up with an interesting track while using a very limited sample. So that's all for today, guys. Thank you for watching as usual. I'll be back next week with another video. Let me know what you think of this track in the comment box below. Subscribe to my channel, share the video with your friends, like the video, and I'll be back next week. Peace.